I was totally not planning to do a video right now, and I just ate. I'm on my break, and I came over here to do something completely different, and I just had to. And I think that's how things work. I think it's almost like, you know what, if I do the same things, I get the same results. That's a common thing we say, right? But if you do the same thing every day, and a second you have a strike of motivation in your mind and then you go sleep, you might need the rest. But are you using it as a cop-out? Are you not resting when you actually should be? It's all about listening to your intuition. It's about your intuition. There's no magic solution to just changing your life. It's you doing it. It's the energy that you're producing. It's the energy. You are your life. You are your purpose. If you want to live your purpose, it takes consistency to build something. Everyone wants their own business. Everyone wants their own. I've seen how businesses are run. I know how they're run. And it's not just 1, 2, I wake up and I make $1 million. It's consistent work, as far as consistent effort. All those words are wrong. It's like, it's a consistent action. It doesn't have to be hard work, doesn't have to be crazy effort. It's just a consistent action in alignment with the feelings that you're creating, that you visualize, that you have manifested. You come up with a version of yourself that you want, and as you move to that, it's those actions you do along the way as if you're already that person, because you already are, really. And things happen when you're not like biting yourself in the foot or biting yourself in the ass or whatever. I forget what the saying is. Shooting yourself in the foot. Biting yourself in the foot. Okay? There's a new opportunity coming in physically. This is what I'm saying. There is, after a loss, after a contemplation, we're wondering, I did this. Always this moon here draws me. It's like, I got all this stuff over here, but I'm choosing not to do anything about it, and I'm just thinking that there's something more. But what has worked in history? What has worked traditionally? This is where the inaction is coming from, and this is it's your thoughts. It has something to do with your thoughts that's preventing this from coming in even faster. It's coming in no matter what. Look at these golden ass hands. They're coming in no matter what. There has been past aspects of your life that you had to look at pretty harshly and go, okay, I saw what I needed to see, and I will make the adjustments so that this shit's never gonna happen again. If you're creating people, okay, I don't want to be like mean. Sometimes I'm like, damn, and I sound mean, but it's like, if you have people in your life that are hurting you, that are not making you feel good after you hang out, that are not reciprocating energies to you, you are putting up with that. You're saying yes, you're voting yes for those things in the future, for those more experiences like that. The hard part is when you start going within and you're looking and you go, what do I really feel about all this? Why am I putting up with this? Why am I in stagnation? It's for a good reason, because you have patterns there that have stopped you from accelerating forward on purpose, because you're not ready. You feel like you're not ready. You hypothesize and start thinking, you get lost in your mind and in those previous aspects of life. Yeah, it's just, you have to start to look back on what you've already created. Ooh, let's see what crystal, he threw a crystal down. Let's see what it is. Where did he put it? That's funny, because I had put his cat tower right next to the crystal thing, because I don't know where else to put these things. And he threw down this, which is like a resin little emblem that someone gave me for the Grateful Dead. And this reminds me, this is like 10 years old. This reminds me of a time I was not having a good life. I felt somewhat there was a good life possible, but I wasn't feeling those vibrations. So then I started to create more shit in my life. The Wheel of Fortune is turning for you, finally. Finally, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. It's time to kind of shape up. It's time to like accept you have gone through the things you've gone through, and you will never be at that point ever again. Even if you feel like you're coming back to a cycle, like think about where you were last year. I don't know, I said next year. Yeah, let's do the future. Where are you next year? Have you worked hard? Have you gotten to the space where you're like, have you gotten to the space where you did those actions that have you understand that, okay, there's 4 things like coming in at once. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to put it all out at once. And I get like this is why I wasn't able to do videos in the past, because there's like 4 things going like this at once. And it's like, So let's just start with one at a time. I tap into my feelings to be able to navigate that. I tap into my feelings and I go, what's the most important thing? There's people already doing the things you want to do. You might have your own spin on it. You might have your own way of spreading that magicalness that you only could reach those people. There's people that I will reach that other people can't reach because it just doesn't resonate. There's people that you're going to reach that are not going to be able to be reached by me or other readers you might be a reader. I feel like you're some sort of healer. You might have these clients that other people can't reach. Like different modalities enter into people different ways. So like, yeah, this is like the most easiest way for me. But for you, it might be with your hands. It might be with your art, your crafts, and the way that you make bracelets for people and then they wear them and they feel it. So there could be a ton of different ways this can happen. You might even be a social butterfly. There are people, but I'm seeing you want a business. You want to create a business. Say you want a YouTube channel. There are other people doing it. So it's possible. What in you believes that you can't? You're just as psychic. You're just as important. You influence people in your real world. You finally got to that point where you started realizing what you're doing. You look back at the past and you realize like what you're doing. You look back at this. This came up reversed, but I'm just saying you look back at this and you go, look, what did I do in my life so far? You have this time now. Hopefully you are, and not hopefully, it's just you could be any age watching this, but hopefully you do already have, maybe you're 30. You have fucking 20 years you can look back on and be like, yeah, look at what actually I'm good at. Look at these things I tried. And life is about learning. It's not about being a millionaire at 15. Okay? It's about learning. If you weren't limited, how the heck are you going to start to learn these lessons? A lot of people choose the way that they're limited. So we have to now, as you grow and as you build, you don't need the limitation of money any longer. You just don't need it. You just don't need it. You're ready to be out there seen. What generates money? It's meeting a need. So you're out there being seen, meeting a need, and you were afraid of being seen before because of all the stuff that you were hiding from yourself. So you didn't want that. You didn't want that life that it came with. Okay? You limited yourself in those ways. And that's a beautiful thing to realize. That's a beautiful thing to realize because the world was protecting you. You were trying to protect you. Well, it's more like you were trying to protect you from you. You were trying to protect, if you just got dropped $1 million right now when you're in your lack mindset, you know where that's going to go? Lack. It's going to be fucking spent. That's where it's going to go. It's not going to be invested into a business and then create you generating income. You're not going to understand. You're not going to be able to move that money around to make you more money. You're not going to be happy. So it's almost like use the limitations that you have and you know what? The limitations for my life, I've been homeless before. I've lived for multiple times, even years sometimes, with 25 cents in my bank account, less than $500 in my bank account. And you still might be there. You might be living paycheck to paycheck, and you still live with less than $500 in your bank account. It's the same fucking thing. You're just doing more things and you're exhausted. So as you start to be more abundant, you start to understand you are the source of everything in your reality. You are the source of all abundance in your reality. You look at the trees, you look at the leaves on the trees, you look at the blades of grass, you open up a tomato, you see all the seeds in it, you see all this stuff. I got that from a different reader because that made so much sense to me. You open up a fruit, there's all these seeds in there. Watermelons have 1 billion of seeds, or at least think about they're all $1,000. You got 100,000 fucking seeds. $100,000. You know what I mean? You open up, I'm starting some new things, and I went on this thing to do like mock practicing, and it came up $100,000. And I was visualizing that. In my mind. And it was in fake money, it was $100,000, but it was a good indication of like, whoa, I'm on the way. I'm doing the actions now in the physical. 1111. That was crazy. 1111. You're building that strength. It's okay to be afraid of being soft and still strong, okay? You're building that muscle to do those actions in the reality of physicality to create the money, to create those resources. You're not forcing it. You're just excited that it's coming. You're doing the actions anyways. That's how I operated for so long. Like, I know in my being now, after I've suffered for more than 10 years of with money, with fucking, and I wasn't homeless for 10 years, but I was still in this lack mindset. Like, oh my God, I can't see a way out consistently. And I've been more consistent with that mindset than ever before. And already things are creating for me that I have never experienced before. And I'm just like, this is freaking amazing. And you can look back and see you do have the power to create these things. Every miracle that you've ever had in your life, you've created that. You can dwindle this down, boil this down to a set of rules in the laws of the universe, and that's what everyone's talking about. But it's like, how to actually do that is by feeling yourself, looking back at your past. Yeah, I did do those things. Yeah, I'm seeing myself in a light I may not prefer. Like, yeah, maybe I'm like, maybe I do need therapy. That's where these things come from. It's like you having problems in your relationship. Maybe you're just not, or I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. It's just, I had to realize these lessons. Like, it's like, maybe it's not when someone else is telling you to do it, by the way. It's just when you feel it. It's like you feel you did this work to look back and introspect and start to feel things instead of just focusing on everyone else and everything that everyone's doing. It's like, what did I do to create this? You don't have to be hard on yourself. You could just be, oh, fuck. And it may bring up elicit a lot of emotions because you're like, I can't believe I fucking acted like that. Or, oh my God, and it's how you feel about those things that is your future. Whoa, that's good. Because how you see yourself, if you just imagine or put a vision of something on a vision board and you have no connection to it because you don't actually believe that you can get it, you're just doing the action, you're going to that retreat because you think they can fix you, no, you don't need any of that. You need you. You need to look at you need to introspect and look back and feel everything that's coming up. Because how you feel about a certain thing is important to you and it's valid. How you feel is valid. You feel angry? Yeah, you should, because you are experiencing that way. Because let me be vulnerable, okay? And I don't particularly, I've had to learn a lot of this. I've had to learn actually to be vulnerable. Yeah, I'm a Pisces. I look like I wear my heart on my sleeve, but no, not at all. Not at all. If I told the whole story of everything I've been through, maybe you have the same exact thing. You'd be like, I cannot believe you are even, I should be like in a mental hospital, honestly. But because I understand the universe and I know things change, everything changes. I was saying that in college when I was in philosophy classes, and like, I just woke up really early, and like, you might be highly sensitive to these things, so you understand these things. It's just hard to get through them. And maybe not. Maybe you're just here and you're like just chilling. But I've been awake for a while and I felt crazy my whole life. So now I know I'm not actually crazy and there was nothing wrong with me in the first place. It's just this you're not in the right environments. You're outgrowing things like crazy. You have to be your own entrepreneur. You have to be your own path. And you work for people as you do that, so that you're not putting you're smart. You're not putting yourself in a position where you can't survive on your own yet. If nothing's built, if you're trying to you want to build a car, you're trying to build that car, but you're in the middle of building the engine, and then you're just like, well, we're going on a trip next week, and it's not even close to being done. Well, no, you gotta fucking just chill in that garage. You gotta work on it until you're ready to go. Then you're gonna have the fucking best time of your life, and you're gonna work on, and you're gonna still, probably fix it up as you go. But it's yours, it's your creation. So I'm gonna be vulnerable and say, I struggle a lot in my mind, and regardless of everything, like, I feel like I was misdiagnosed with different things, but there's something there. And I realized, because of what I went through, I'm creating and projecting things onto people that are not actually happening. And it's real to me because of how I'm splitting in my personalities, or how I'm like understanding reality. That's real to me. And like, you have to honor that in you. Like, I'm not saying declare your reality over everyone else's. I'm just saying you have to honor, holy crap, I'm having intense emotions come up. I'm having thoughts, projections of this entire life that I don't actually know is real or not, but I believe it's real because I'm the one thinking about it. But just because you think it doesn't mean it's real. Just because you think this entire story about someone doesn't mean that that's real. Okay? Good or bad. Like, it just you're living in like a delusion. But the delusion is, and this is the greatest power that I have. This is why I'm being vulnerable about it, and I can even now, because this is the best version that I can, because I live in my own reality, and I can make that hurt or help me. So in order for it not to hurt me as much, and for me to go through these things, and I'm going to bring the energy down because like my heart is starting to hurt. It's not just easy like that. It's a working progress of, I'm decoding this. Does this belief serve me? Because maybe they didn't actually think that. Maybe they're not actually thinking that. I can't tell because I'm going to make myself crazy thinking about it. I should just focus on me. Maybe this person reacted this way, but maybe they don't hate me. Maybe they're just having a bad day. Like, but all those things combined. So like everything in my reality, if someone looked at me the wrong way, if someone cut me off, this is throughout my whole life. Like, I always just blamed everyone else. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just trying to be here. And I would use my trauma to, like, what the hell? I've been through a lot. Like, God, just leave me alone. Like, let me just be, And it's like, that was a perfect guise. That was a perfect mask and escape, because I didn't have to deal with anything terrible that's happened to me, that I feel inside. And this could be significant to you. No, I like it. I like the light. And what I'm saying here is, don't worry about the timing so much. Just allow yourself to sink into the vibration of, this is real for me. And my thoughts are they're not absolute. Just because I'm thinking that they think of it this way, it doesn't mean it's absolute. There's infinite perspectives that are possible all at once even. That could even have been true for a split second, and then they transformed or they evolved out of it. That person that cut you off or hit you in traffic or whatever, or had all these things that happened in a relationship, didn't mean that they did it consciously. It didn't even mean, like, I think some of my like main abusers like didn't even do this shit to me consciously. And that's like the biggest mind fuck, because it's like, when I'm speaking out about it, and I know they'll probably hear it, and it's just like, well, one of them is dead, but geez, sorry, I'm just saying it's just when I feel like if people could hear my full story, maybe for you, it's like they might not even see it the same way that I see it, but it's because of what is conscious to them and what's not conscious to them. So sorry, yeah, this is like pretty intense, but sometimes it's like, I think I'm on the earth to just like spit some truth, and if it pisses you off, then it pisses you off, and that's how I've had to live my life. I got pissed at my own self, I got pissed at everyone else, and I started being like, What do I want to change now? If I'm the creator of my reality, that means I'm creating all of this. That means that all these people coming into my life and pissing me off are aspects of me. So what am I avoiding in explaining and complaining? Because those people can literally just quit or leave your life, or like boop, 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 boop. It's just magic. It's literally magic, but it's not, because you're the one creating it. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you have to recognize your part in everything. And once you do, physical reality will shift and change. And they might have a valid reason for what they're doing too. So like, think about, I'm not saying that any form of abuse is condoned, or I'm not condoning any form of abuse or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, in a less severe situation, maybe someone really was just very severely neglected, and that's why they act this way. So you can't take that upon yourself and then base your self-worth on that. You have to come up with your own understanding of what's happening for me in this situation, and validating yourself. And like, yes, you do, if you're in like a committed relationship with someone, you do need that validation. You need to be on the same page. But I'm saying, like, everyone else, or like all these other circumstances and like experiences that you go through, you can still get closure in ideas and situations because you're doing your introspective work and you're understanding yourself to the point where you can see how did I create it to be this way? How did I do all of this? Doesn't mean that they're just absolved of all responsibility. It just means like you are taking responsibility for what you can control, because you don't know everything and you don't know that other aspect of it. Like, any sort of confrontation, any sort of misunderstanding, or like a situation that you're not happy with, if you feel like you're not being treated well at work, or you're trying to get through something, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong or broken about you. I just don't want you to get this wrong. That's not what I meant. It's like, I don't want you to get this misunderstood, because I'm not saying anything is wrong with you. I'm just saying we hold the power, and we're doing things on purpose to keep us safe. And that's a beautiful thing, because we want to keep safe. Because when we were children, we were fractured as children emotionally. We weren't able to move through something completely and then grow up and mature emotionally as children. We all are, like everyone in the world. We're not in an emotionally safe world. We don't cater to people's emotions. We run on emotions, and then everyone acts like we don't. But we, operate off of emotions. You just turn on any news station, it's just all emotions. That's what's magnetizing of reality. So we have to understand that's what's creating our reality. And what I'm saying is, when you're validating your own, you're in a state, you become to be in a state of peace when you do that. Because you're like, oh, I know why I acted that way, because I've went through all this shit, and this is how I think. This is how I thought it was going. This is the prior abuse. I thought people are manipulating me. Well, yeah, then because I've been manipulated and then gotten really freaking hurt because of it, I freak out in the first sign of that. Even if that's not happening for them, it's happening for me. So you have to see that you are a big part of your creatingness. Like, I'm not like just, everyone has responsibility. But when you start to see that the other side start to dissolve, and there's things start to break down in a different way, and you start to learn about yourself, and then you can consciously choose, and you can see red flags. You can more appropriately assess a situation for your health, for your protection, so that you're not in too deep and then you're very hurt. You know what I mean? So you don't put everything in one basket. It's that is really, really true for me. So if this resonated with you, definitely give it a like and comment, and I'll keep trying to explain this. It's really hard to do in words. It's really just like in a session we can go through things emotionally, but maybe I can just do a few videos on that, like some techniques and stuff. But yeah, let's freaking go. I love you guys. We'll see you again. Sorry to just abruptly leave. Let's get one more card. Whoa. And it is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're just holding on really tightly because you're a little scared. And you went through a tower moment, and you're building a new way of life, and there's passion. There's a nurturing passion. You're nurturing your passions. You're on the right path. Like, don't worry. Just go towards your internal state and accept the feelings that you're feeling. And I swear to God, it leads to peace. And then the peace is what is creating new, better, peaceful experiences in your reality, abundant experiences. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.